welcome to a special exit-only theater podcast edition of Comic-Con Preview. What's going on, guys? I'm Adrian Alderette, right across from normally JP Lee, but we also have a special guest today.
Yes,
Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Michael Kingery. I'm a friend to both of you and a lover of movies and a bit of a geek.
You're very welcome.
And this is the thing, very welcome indeed, because today we're dedicating a very special show to Comic-Con. We're previewing everything that's going on this weekend because this is pretty much the biggest, well, if you're a blockbuster movie kind of person, superhero, sci-fi, horror movie, this is the one huge convergence of a super convention where we get to just talk about all of our favorite stuff because we get treated to all the coolest things in the world.
Absolutely.
Alright, so it's here. We're dedicating the entire show to preview everything, all the coolest titles that are gracing the awesome hall that is Hall H. Alright.
The hallowed grounds, if you will.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So, though this is a comic convention over the recent years, San Diego Comic-Con has become the center of the superhero movie universe. Mm-hmm. We will cover numerous titles, but we are specifically focusing on the big three studios that are releasing the most talked about titles. That'll be Warner Brothers, which includes the DC comic book properties, Lucasfilm / Disney, which includes the Star Wars properties, and 20th Century Fox, which includes the XMen and Fantastic Four properties. If you didn't notice, this year's show is missing its biggest bat. That's Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios chose not to participate this year, which will be broken down by JP Lee in just a sec.
Yes, sir.
All right, but first we're going to separate this and go to our beat correspondents for each studio. Let's start with, we're going to get right into it. So, JP Lee, what's going on with Lucasfilm and Disney?
Sounds so official. Fun fact.
Random beat.
I'm not sure what that was. It sounded like a grunt.
You Skrillexed out there for a second. More appropriate. There you go. Fun fact, though, there's a recent study. San Diego people who live in the area said that Comic-Con is the most important thing to them in the entire city, including the Chargers, the Padres, everything else.
Well,
so
that's
hopefully
not
it sticks
much.
around past 2018 because they're in love with it.
That just goes in my theory that warm weather cities just shouldn't have sports teams at all.
Oh, that's true, and San Diego's like a hidden
That's
gem,
an interesting
too,
point. You know, it's like all they need is Comic-Con.
Because you have a
and the
beach.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
have a beach, like,
And
I
no
don't really care
winter.
much with the Padres.
Yeah.
My life is happy. If you live in Philly,
You need a distraction.
you probably have a horrible existence.
I lived in
You
Philly.
need to roof.
I lived in Philly.
Exactly.
It's depressing.
It's
Yeah.
brotherly love, but
It's
there's
like, you got sausage and that's it.
there's some cheese whiz.
Well, that's something. I mean, like, you have Silver Linings Playbook.
That's true.
There you
yeah.
go. And
Yeah,
Rocky,
that happened.
hello.
They're Rocky. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they made a statue out of Rocky. He's a fictional character.
Okay.
Clearly, they don't have a lot
Speaking
going
of
on.
statues,
This is true.
speaking of statues, let's talk about some Harrison Ford. Let's
Nice.
go ahead.
Nice
Go.
segue.
All right, what's going on with Lucasfilm?
All right. So yeah, the bigger picture of Disney being that obviously Marvel's not making an appearance. Their television properties will be there, but Marvel Studios as a film property is not going to be. I don't know what that says about Ant-Man. I'm less encouraged by it than Mr. Adrian here is, but
That's
we'll
not
see.
saying much. Yeah.
We'll see. I think you're more optimistic on a lot of the properties than I am. I'm a little more skeptical about some of this stuff. But we'll get into some of the bullet points of what's going on with Lucasfilm in general. Let's see here. We have the fact that the biggest news of the last couple of days is the fact that there will be no footage of the film, no new trailers, no scenes of Force Awakens. I know. It's ruining everyone's weekends.
Why are they even bothering to show it?
I know, right? Why even look at J.J. Abrams' face? You just want to throw something at him. No, it's. I personally have less of a problem with it than some people do. It mostly has something to do with the fact that a lot of marketing nowadays is just show everything, and then hope people still want to see everything that they already saw.
What are you talking about? You don't happen to mean that Terminator
Oh,
movie,
yeah,
right? Of
no,
where they gave
absolutely.
away the entire movie, and I was just like, I don't need to see it. That's all the commercial.
I saw it slowly, like it was like a 30-second TV show, basically. I saw the whole movie. Yeah. That's the exact opposite of what they're doing with this, and I think that's intriguing, but I'm also a little skeptical as to what else they have in store for us. We will get into maybe what's going on with that. The other big story that actually the news that just broke within the last couple of hours of us prepping for this show is the fact that they have confirmed a Han Solo origin story kind of thing, I guess is the official term for it. But not only that, because that was already speculated, we already kind of knew that was potentially in the works. They confirmed it, and they've confirmed their duo of directors being Christopher Miller and Phil Lord of the Lego Movie and 21 and 22 Jump Street fame.
And Cloudy with a Chance at Meatballs.
And Cloudy, I forgot about that. Okay, so there's a wit and a humor to their style that I think could be fun because that's what works in Han Solo's favor, is the fact that he kind of has this like edge to him in the humor side.
He is cloudy. And there's definitely a chance.
There's some meatballs. No, I'm just kidding. He's
a little sassy.
He's sassy. He's got some edge to him, and I think they could bring that out.
Yeah.
We'll see. But that's just breaking news. They're not even waiting until Comic-Con to get a jump on DC, on Warner Brothers, on Fox, everybody. They're basically jumping on it and saying, like, we got some stuff in store. Hopefully that's what that means. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. But I think this is a good chance to start talking about some speculation. I want to kind of pose a question to the group to get things started, sort of, is with regard to Force Awakens, are you I'm less skeptical. How do you guys feel about the fact that you're not going to see brand new footage, more trailer, just even if it's not plot lines, something visual to represent?
I mean, of course, it's a little upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see like a little bit of something. I mean, if you look at it, the movie's dropping in December. That's about the time, 5-6 months out, where they drop like that long 2.5 minute trailer.
Right.
That's about the right time if they were going to drop it. Like, why not drop it now? But it's I shouldn't have been surprised. We're talking about J.J. Abrams, who is
one of the most secretive people in
incredibly
Hollywood.
secretive. Yep. He spent a year denying what Benedict Cumberbatch was doing in Star Trek 2.
That's right.
It ended up being exactly what everyone said.
He's not Khan. Spoiler alert, he's Khan. You know what? He doesn't ruin the movie at all, but
no, it's true. Yeah.
He's one of the guys that likes to keep everything secret, to have you actually enjoy the full experience, not have it ruined. And you know what? I'll go with it.
No, it's with Super 8. He had a 10-second spot in the Super Bowl, and everyone was dying to see it 6 months later.
And that's the thing. For me, as a fan, someone who's really been looking forward to this, has he never been to a Comic-Con before? The big thing is, there's other things you could do.
I think he has, but yeah.
I think this is the thing, though. He's you guys are right. He's very secretive,
mm-hmm.
and I don't understand his this is the thing. Disney, Marvel won't admit it, but Disney pretty much told Marvel, "Hey, take a seat this year because we're promoting all things Star Wars,
right.
and your most recent film is going to come out in December, a few months from now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're not showing any new footage. Cool. At least show a different order of footage that you have already released.
Use a teaser
Do
too or something. Yeah.
Or just drop some audio. But the thing is, it baffles me because at Comic-Con, you show footage. That's what you do. I know you could kind of get creative and do something else and do a big presentation.
Right.
But
at the end of the day, it's the fact that you can't videotape it.
You can't videotape it, and I get he wants to play it close to the vest, but this is your big gun. You have the biggest platform in the world, and you're choosing not to do that. My argument, and based off what the news that's come out recently, maybe they're going to use this platform to maybe either promote and show the first footage of Rogue One.
Yep.
Maybe introduce that cast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe introduce the entire slate of films that maybe for their quote unquote universe.
Right.
But at the same time, it's everybody's been waiting. We're dying to see Force Awakens. We're excited about Rogue One. But it'd be like saying, Warner Brothers saying, hey, don't worry about Batman v Superman. Hey, let's talk about The Flash that comes out in 2018.
Right.
Han Solo comes out 2018.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what's coming out right now?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I think my follow-up to that is, if they're not showing exclusive film sequence scenes, would you be appeased or satisfied with behind-the-scenes footage? Because they actually... They're linking whatever they're going to show, if they show anything, to a behind-the-scenes, featurette kind of thing. Would you be intrigued by that? Because it was a closed set. The public couldn't see anything. It was basically just promotional stuff they released that got out there. So,
That's a cop-out. That's such a cop-out to me,
it's
in
a
my
cop-out
opinion.
to you.
It's a cop-out because it's like saying, it's like saying, I don't know, this is gonna be a rough analogy.
Oh Lord!
But
At least you got the warning.
Imagine you're at the club and you're trying to flirt with a girl and she's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll give you my number, but maybe I'll just show you a bunch of random numbers that mean nothing. That the making of my phone.
But the challenge is interesting.
Yeah, that usually happens to me a lot.
Oh my
He's
god!
You just explained a lot of my personal.
My analogy was terrible, but you get where I'm going, though, right?
Yeah, what do you think of?
When I think of Comic-Con, I think of footage and trailers of that I I won't be able to see for like a week or two till it leaks online unless I want a crappy footage of it.
Right.
I also think of news. I think probably what you're going to see is I think they're going to drop us of like a much more detailed slate of what's coming.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're going to hit us with that. Like I think that to take the news breaking now, just 2 days before Comic-Con starts.
It's hinting at it.
Oh yeah, like there's probably going to be a Han Solo movie. That probably got out by accident. Like that was probably going to be one of the big announcements.
I agree.
Yeah. I think you're going to see some Star Wars announcements.
Yeah. Of the full slate of the universe.
I think you'll see like some set design. Maybe it's honestly, if you give me a picture to just people hang out in the Millennium Falcon, I'll be like, okay.
But that goes to the behind the scenes stuff. Like I mean, you're appealing to the super fans because they're there. They bought the tickets. They traveled to San Diego. I feel like the broad audience of people who are listening into what's going on are going to be disappointed because they're just ravenous fans who want to know about this stuff. But people appreciate the subtleties of what's going on in the universe, and I think those details that they're going to get from behind the scenes. People were taking the 1 minute teaser and screen grabbing and saying, okay, all right, that X-Wing fighter looks different. I mean, they were breaking it down. You can take anything away from anything if you want to.
That's a great point. And that would and then believe me, that would be satisfying if we didn't have Star Wars Celebration in April. Because they did the exact same thing.
And D23 in 2 months.
That's the thing. August, which is a joke of a convention.
It's more geared toward the animation side, but they might hold off for some of it.
And I feel like if you literally just show concept art, that's cool, but your Star Wars that hasn't been like formally at Comic-Con, you'll bring Harrison Ford probably the first time since his plane crash.
Right.
But as a fan, if I paid my ticket to go sit in Hall H and see what we've been waiting for over 30 years, it'll be.
I like how you just ignore 1, 2, and 3 completely at that point.
Exactly.
Because we really do. It is a redemption story for this entire franchise. Like we want something tangible.
I think like they're also paying for the Q&A. And honestly, true. J.J. Abrams is going to go up there and be like, "Hey guys, it's not going to be Phantom Menace." And drop the mic and walk
and
out.
we'd be satisfied.
And we'd be cool with that.
Jar Jar, and we'd be fine.
Oh god. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I have to make an.
I was 10.
I have to make an admission here.
Uh-oh.
When I was a kid, I thought Jar Jar was funny.
We're getting real.
And now that I'm older,
me so crazy. Oh my god.
Now that I'm older, I realize my 10-year-old self was a freaking idiot.
Oh my god.
I was like, but that's neither here nor there.
No. But I think you have a point, to get back to what you said originally, was that I think they can satisfy a lot of fans by giving a very tangible, clear slate of what's to come. Because what I was saying earlier to Adrian is that the Marvel Universe is very much a 12-course meal. Everything theoretically fits together in some sequence, other than maybe Captain America, and that it goes out of order and goes back to World War II. But for the most part, there's a sequence, there's an order to it.
Yeah.
Whereas Star Wars has the problem and also the freedom of just being a complete open universe and making it sort of like a buffet. And you kind of have to, if anything, there has to be an order to when they're released so that we can kind of make sense of when Episode 8's coming, when this anthology piece is coming. We just have to know what's going on, and I think everything's up in the air. It's all speculation at this point. I'd love to know just specific details of certain things and when they're coming out.
My opinion will completely change if they just say like a few words, and if those words happen to be, we're making a Boba Fett movie. And then I'll shut up.
And if they could say like who the director is. Like if they can give us a tangible piece on top of the confirmation.
Like if they say Quentin Tarantino's directing Boba Fett anthology movie, and I would be like, all right, I'm gonna go home.
Rated R, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, and it would be awesome.
Well, it's even just the little things of like I just saw a piece of news now from Slashfilm.
Are we breaking news?
Well, I don't know if we're breaking news. I mean, it's on another
website.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Darth Vader is going to be in Rogue One. Even if he's there for a couple seconds, smokes a couple cigarettes, and leaves.
This is a perfect segue, because I think where we may feel cheated in Force Awakens, if they give us like some hefty info, some footage, even if it's like teaser, mostly fonts and a few shots of Rogue One. Yeah. I won't feel cheated.
Which they did at a Star Wars Celebration, but that being said, I agree. Kind of like what Mike hinted at earlier. The fact that this news is dropping now means that we're probably going to get even bigger news when we get there.
They're Hansel and Gretel. They're dropping the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, so I'm pumped, but I'm also cautiously pumped. I'm like, I hope you don't keep everything inside your vest, JJ. You know, just
you have to know. I mean, someone like him has enough creative. It's not like Joss Whedon where like they're gonna. He goes along with some of the Marvel plans, maybe more than some other directors might. I'm sure he had a lot of creative control regardless, but I don't think J.J. Abrams. I think he has the clout that he can hold stuff close to the vest.
Okay.
I really do, especially if someone has the gall to do Star Trek and Star Wars within the same like 3-year span. Like he essentially took Star Trek and made it a stepping stone into Star Wars, so he's taking this so seriously. Like, this was his baby. This is what he wanted to do.
That's a good point.
I feel like he's not going to screw it up, including the marketing. Like, there's got to be intention from giving away stuff.
I hope we get Rogue One stuff. I really do. I hope they introduce the cast. I really hope they, like... Because obviously the only person that's really confirmed to be cast in that movie was Felicity Jones.
Yeah.
Everybody else has been speculative. And hopefully with this one, they'll probably put to bed saying, hey, here's the cast, here's like the official character list, and if they could get, and obviously that means like if Darth Vader is in Rogue One, that you bet your ass that James Earl Jones is coming back.
He's got it.
And
I mean,
can you imagine him just dusting off that voice, just like
fairly chill gig, like
because he did that for Star Wars Rebels in the animated show,
right? So
and
he's
so
do
if he does that. That tells me that they're following canon. They're obviously like they're totally. I'm excited. I really am, and
I understand the Rogue One situation of like they theoretically haven't really started filming, but rumor has it they might have been shooting some scenes in London the last few weeks with Felicity Jones.
Okay,
it's speculation at best, but I mean there's been more than a few sites who have hinted at it, and it's intriguing at least intriguing to see if maybe they have something for us to sink our teeth into, but. That's the general nugget of what's going on with Lucasfilm. If you want to transition to something else.
All right, Mike, let's go over to you. What's going on with Warner Brothers / DC?
Do it.
So I think you said it right there when with the /DC. To Warner Brothers, allegedly like a little late in the game, getting their comic movie universe up and running and everything. Of like, some people say late in the game. I'm pretty sure they released a trilogy of films that are the best comic movies ever made a while ago, but whatever. I digress.
They set the bar high.
That seems like so long ago.
It does. It really does.
So now they're trying to do like their own version of Marvel. And their way of doing, at least according to them, instead of like having all these things incredibly intertwined and having everything all mapped out, and it's basically all the directors are basically almost kind of like TV show directors of where they are just jockeying the material. And even if you look at their most recent choices for directors, you have Alan Taylor did Thor 2. You have the Russo brothers do Captain America, to Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Had Joss Whedon. These are all guys that are more like TV directors than film directors. It's kind of like the project is of like Marvel itself is bigger than your individual project. And you kind of have to bend it into that. It seems more that DC is just kind of they're handing the keys to the castle to these big directors and just kind of like here. It's all going to kind of roughly flow together and stuff, but kind of make it your own. Like, and that's what for good or bad, you're gonna see with Zack Snyder. Like it's gonna make or break with like just how Batman v Superman does. Like that's gonna make a big show there. No word on if it's gonna be like a new trailer or anything, but there probably will be some kind of footage for it.
It should be.
I feel like it
should be.
I think that will be guaranteed. The debate will be, obviously in the first trailer, we got like that first hint of the Superman Batman fight in the alley. And that was cool. Maybe we'll get our first, because Jesse Eisenberg, I understand, is confirmed to go, right?
It seems pretty much like the whole cast of Batman, Superman, and also like a few people from Justice League 1 are going to be there. Like you're even Jeremy Irons is showing up. Who plays Alfred. So you're going to see Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. You're going to see Superman. You're going to see like all the people from the cast are going to be there. I'm sure they're going to drop something, especially considering the last time they tried to wait to drop something, it was pirated onto the internet.
Oh my god!
So I'm sure they want to get out in front of that.
Let's try again.
To me personally, I'm incredibly nervous about it.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
It comes out in March of I think it's only really coming out in March just because that was a good schedule. Although I know some might say like, oh, they're dropping it in March. Isn't that weird? There's a movie that came out this year of like it's like the first or second week of April. It was the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. Is Fast and Furious 7.
Right. Exactly.
So we're getting to the point of where we're getting to the point of where like to the month of a release date isn't exactly a big deal. Like if it's an event, people will go see it if they're starving for it.
Especially even having a February or March release. I guess if it's not a crowded field and you have something to stand on, then it's worth it.
My one question is though, like, and like, Mike, I'm curious to like ask you, like, what does DC? Because obviously with Marvel out of the picture now, you basically their big brother is gone. It's just like yes, the bully is off the block. Like. What do they have to do to win Comic-Con?
I would say the pressure, that adds pressure.
Of, I think what they're going to do, like, I think you're going to see some surprises. Of, like, so for those of you that are not completely fully aware of the ridiculous list of movies they dropped, here's a quick rundown as fast as I can say it.
Yeah.
March 25th next year, you get Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
So epic.
Sounds like a soap opera.
It's August 5th next year. You get the Suicide Squad, which is basically it's the Dirty Dozen of if it were a bunch of comic book villains,
which is cool. Which is freaking cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to see like a bunch of like minor Batman villains. You're gonna get to see I forgot her name.
Gal Gadot.
She's not a villain.
Wait.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Margot Robbie.
You're going to see Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Right. I forgot about that.
Basically doing the same voice because Harley Quinn is just like, oh, Mr. J.
Jay! Oh my gosh!
Yes, I can't wait.
So it's the same character but with more makeup.
I haven't booked that one on in a long time, dude. Oh my god.
And that'll be a chance to see Will Smith in a supporting role trying to get his mojo back, like after the stink of After Earth and all of that stuff. It's been a while since he's really been.
I'm on Team Smith. I want him to have a comeback.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, this is this is his necessary role, but we'll get into that later.
Too.
And you're gonna get Mr. Echo from Lost as Killer Croc. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when I was a little kid, watching the Batman animated series from the 90s, which is my favorite.
Oh god, we are pounding each other
right now.
Dude, that sounded weird.
You made it 22 minutes.
We are pounding
before
fists together.
Happened.
We're not pounding each other.
Not that I was even like the biggest fan of Killer Croc, but I thought he was cool. But never in a million years would I think, I'll tell you, Killer Croc's going to be in a movie. And Killer Croc is apparently going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of other things of characters I have to admit that I don't know much about besides Deadshot.
Yeah.
In the following year, June 23rd, you get Wonder Woman the first female-led superhero movie.
Yes. It's about time.
I'm just a little nervous about Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot?
I think it's Gal Gadot, but I'm not Israeli.
Look,
I don't know exactly how it's pronounced.
If we dated, I call her Gal anyway.
But Miss Gadot, I'm a little skeptical.
What's up, Gal?
I mean, pretty much like her IMDb page right now is basically, I guess she was in Furious 7 or something. She was in like an episode of Entourage, and that's pretty much it. But she has an interesting backstory of how like she didn't even want to get into movies, things like that, and she did like her. They tried to cast her in a few other things, but she was serving in the Israeli army at the time because she was required to because
that's
part of the law.
How badass is that, dude?
She's familiar with all the guns and everything, but she never had to work with a sword and all the other stuff.
But she works in a skirt.
Acting is what I'm worried about. Physically, I know she can handle that kind of stuff, but
I mean, if they're going to throw this much at her, then I have to assume that they have at least a pretty decent amount of faith in her.
That's true.
I'm also treating the director of Wonder Woman is going to be Patty Jenkins, who was originally she was originally the director of Thor 2 and she left due to quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes, creative differences,
which means Feige differences.
And I think that is one of the advantages of Warner Brothers is basically just like they can take these directors and people who felt they didn't have enough control over the work and be like, oh hey pay really good, but you don't want to be constrained by all that Marvel was making you do.
Yeah. Here, have the freedom to do it.
Come over to DC. You can kind of have a little free, do what you want to do. We're just trying to make good movies, hopefully.
Yeah, it's intriguing. It's a little scary, but it's intriguing.
Yeah. And so in the same year, from what I'm looking at, Wonder Woman, tentatively what I'm looking at is June 23rd, and then about a month later, I might have my dates wrong on that, but about a month later, you get Justice League 1.
Wow.
Which is gonna have Aquaman. It's gonna have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. It's gonna at least have Cyborg, a character I don't know much about, but I have to assume that he has some kind of machine.
Oh, dude, he's
attached to his body. Yeah. And probably there's a chance we'll see the Flash, Green Lantern, but that's kind of up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Which is gaining steam.
Yeah.
It
That
really
is gaining
is.
main steam.
Just the casting rumors.
And I'm sure you're thinking, okay, this is like about 4 or 5 movies out.
Yeah.
What else could you possibly have planned? They already have 2018 already planned up. March 23rd, you're going to get The Flash, which there was allegedly a treatment done by Phil Miller and Chris Lloyd before they left to go
Into my neck
Han Solo,
they allegedly did a treatment, at least like a first pass at something. I'm also excited of who's going to play the Flash. It's going to be
too.
It's going to be Ezra Miller.
Very talented.
Who's in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Something wrong. Something. We need to talk about Kevin.
We need to talk about Kevin. Yeah,
we need to talk about
a
Kevin.
eerie movie.
Told you, if you ever want to just
very uncomfortable.
have your day ruined,
watch that movie.
but it's not a scary movie. But I couldn't quite sleep right for about 2 days after
It's
seeing that
psychologically
movie.
draining.
Hell yeah.
And I couldn't really. And I couldn't eat tomato soup, but that's neither here nor there. If you watch it, you'll understand. But we'll get into it. So March 23rd, you get a Flash movie, which I'm very excited for, because Flash is he's fun, he's vibrant, like he's witty. And the main concern I have right now is about DC is like, well, Dark Knight worked because it was all dark, so we have to make everything dark.
Right.
And
There's a balancing act.
Dark Knight works as realistic. It happened to be dark because Batman is he's a little dark.
Yeah. His backstory kind of sets that up.
To July 27th, we're getting Aquaman.
Which is cool. That one's the property I'm most excited about.
Entourage brought to fruition.
That's one
That joke needs to die.
No, but
that's one I'm intrigued by. It's going to have Khal Drogo of Game of Thrones fame.
Dude, he's the perfect guy for that role.
I have to admit, I don't know much about this project.
Husband to Lisa Bonet.
Oh yeah.
That's power couple.
Oh, yeah.
And that is that's going to be directed by James Wan. They announced he was director of Fury 7 and also Saw. Okay, just let him go.
He's
for
versatile.
That's the
That's the thing.
range.
I saw Fast 7, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And I think that what's cool is that I'm really hoping that we get our first introduction to the Justice League at this Comic-Con, because I remember when Marvel a few years ago, before the first Avengers came out, randomly one year just brought all of them out. They're like, this is our Avengers. And I'm like, hopefully, man, because if they want, in my opinion, if you win Comic-Con, you show not only just the guys that you've already confirmed, but you bring out Green Lantern. Because there have been so many rumors of Chris Pine being cast and Tyrese Gibson trying to copy off that.
Campaigning for himself.
I think it would be so cool if you see all of them come out and be like, this is our Justice League, drop mic, and that, for me, that would be the moment where you don't even have to show footage. You show them, that's it. You win. You win.
Would you need in addition to that more information about Man of Steel? Batman vs Superman.
No.
More information about Suicide Squad. More would the other things need to be part of that, or can you just be like, here's our Justice League? Okay, bye.
I just want you to give me hope that it's not going to suck.
Yeah, I just don't know if that confirmation can. The thing is,
based off what we saw in the first trailer, I know JP Lee, I know you're still skeptical about the movie. But
I'm just skeptical.
When you saw that first trailer
drop,
what did you think? Were you excited or were you concerned?
When I first saw the trailer, my first thought was, could someone turn on a light?
Okay, so the cinematography is another dark tone too.
I see. This is the thing. I loved it. One, because look, say what you want about Zack Snyder. I understand. Man of Steel was underwhelming. Sucker Punch was underwhelming.
Kind of time for me to say.
Yeah, look, I know. That being said, when I saw the trailer, like, remove the Zack Snyder from there. Remove that. And all of a sudden...
Careful, though, because you did this with Man of Steel, because the Man of Steel trailer is kick-ass.
Yeah, I understand that.
And that movie was not the movie we saw in the trailer. So
That's true.
you have to be really careful with how the trailers are.
The trailer this one showed was Batman v Superman. Batman was literally versus Superman.
Yeah.
You can't really mess that up.
But an origin story of Superman you can't really mess up unless you mess it up, which he at times did. And
that being said, but
you gotta be careful with it.
I'll say this, like just so we don't get into a whole rant about Man of Steel.
Just
think
Zack
about
Snyder.
this. Just think about it. Like, you bring in an Academy Award winning picture screenwriter in Chris Terrio that helped fix this script that the last script didn't get help with.
Yeah.
You bring that in. You bring
Affleck,
and you bring Ben Affleck that and that being said,
but for behind the scenes.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think it's going to be better, but I think overall, whatever footage they show, I think fans will be pleased at it, because look what happened last year's Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I'm like, the footage was brief. Everybody found out what it was, but everybody got a hard on from watching that.
Yeah.
And
that's all they needed. Yeah, I agree.
It's of like I'm intrigued of like I'm rooting for it to do well. From what they're showing, it appears to pretty much be that Batman v Superman is basically going to be of like a pretty pretty faithful adaptation of the Dark Knight Returns comic by Frank Miller in the 80s, which I love. It's one of my favorite comics that I've ever read.
Yeah.
Heard that. Several people have
It's
said
got
that.
some really good stuff. Like, if they literally, if they do the last half of that comic just frame for frame and put voiceover in it, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Of like, but that's
a well-done comic is a screenplay. I mean, is a storyboard. Just go with
we
it.
will see. Of on top of that, of like even after Aquaman and all that.
Well, wait, there's more.
In 2019,
Oh my God.
they're making a Shazam movie.
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
you don't know.
I'm sure you're thinking
it's
of.
hard to say with a straight face. I don't know why.
Of like, I don't know much about Shazam, but I do know that the villain of Black Adam is going to be played by The Rock. That's locked in.
Which is
that's
very
awesome.
interesting.
That's awesome,
Which is very interesting because with that movie, when they released that news, like, oh, we're making a Shazam movie and we cast the villain. And it's interesting because it's like, okay, you're casting the villain. Maybe they'll do a different take on it where maybe Black Adam is technically the protagonist at the beginning, and then towards the end of the film he turns as to the antagonist. But the fact that they cast him so far in advance, because that movie was slated to come out so many years later. Yeah. That being said, who knows? Maybe I think DC has the opportunity here to where you have this guy cast, you have Aquaman cast. There's rumors about Chris Pine being cast as Green Lantern. You have a chance
to see them all on stage.
You see them all on stage. It doesn't matter if those films come out 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah.
If you set them all on stage and say, "Look, this is what we're committed with. This is our team.
This is real. This is happening."
I think
get excited.
It's better that the thing that's the one thing that Star Wars that they've already lost kind of their thunder with. We've already seen who they're trotting out. Yeah. This one we've never seen them all in the same place at the same time. If we see this for the first time, I think that would literally be it. You literally you would win everybody over.
You would lead the headlines going into
the movies may still suck, but at the end of the day,
you win Comic-Con, which right now in this discussion is the most important.
I agree.
Yes, the Shazam movie. Then after that, in 2019, Justice League Part 2, and then after that, in 2020, it's April 3rd, 2020. Pretty much close to 5 years from now, you're getting a Cyborg standalone movie, and allegedly in June that same year, a standalone Green Lantern movie. Yeah. There's a pretty good chance that Cyborg will even make an appearance in Justice League Part 1.
He will.
He could also show up in Batman v Superman. There's a rumor that might happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll see Green Lantern show up before that too. Tell me by 2020, that's enough. That's almost a decade.
A potential dominant if they're doing it right.
If they do it right.
That's almost a decade after the Abomination that was the Ryan Reynolds one. Which, I think the only good thing.
He's moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he found love with Blake Lively in that movie, so it didn't all work out poorly.
There you go.
Yeah, there's one thing.
Superhero romances last forever.
The one thing that I'm also interested in, because I remember a few days ago there was a news that dropped that Ben Affleck was confirmed to be making his own solo Batman movie called The Batman. Allegedly. So this is the thing, if, again, maybe we get a clearer look at their slate this year, where it's hey, Ben Affleck is officially directing the solo Batman movie that would be maybe dropped into 2018. Which, honestly, like, that would be really cool, but I was like, for me, all they would literally need to do is just trot off these dudes.
I mean, it's a tight schedule
I was gonna say, the window is not very long.
Yeah.
So I think what you're gonna see, like, if you're gonna see anything from DC, like, you're gonna see probably, like, a lot more stuff from these later movies, along with Dawn of Justice. I know Suicide Squad has been filming. I would not be shocked if you get, like, at least like some kind of like, teaser trailer,
even if it's 10 seconds of Joker or something.
And pretty much like everyone's going to be at the panel. Like I think you'll see some surprises in terms of like all these later films maybe actually popping up. I mean, they released some stuff for Dawn of Justice last year.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like 2 years out.
So anything's possible with them.
I think you're going to see a lot more Justice League than you might expect.
Yeah.
Or comparable to you get for Suicide Squad.
In terms of the rest of Warner Brothers, really quick, because it's not just about DC. They already showed some footage at an event in Spain called Cine Europe.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago in Barcelona. Thank you. I try really hard. Where they showed they showed a lot of footage of the new Pan movie coming out.
That's right.
Which
I'm very
Hugh Jackman.
I'm very excited for. I'm a big Garrett Hedlund fan.
You're probably the only one.
I like him.
Wow.
I loved him ever since Tron Legacy, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see that movie. You're also going to see probably like a good chunk of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. For those of you kids out there who weren't born in the 1950s,
being all of us at this table.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a very successful TV show back in the 60s about KGB and CIA operatives having to work together to fight the mysterious organization known as U.N.C.L.E. It's directed by Guy Ritchie. It's got Superman.
It's got Superman.
It has Henry Cavill.
It's got the Lone Ranger.
Busy weekend.
It's got
the Lone Ranger.
I'm still rooting for Armie Hammer. Okay, I'm still rooting for Armie Hammer.
I am too.
He's playing a Russian in this movie.
So far, it's fairly convincing in the trailers. It's worked out okay. It's just it's distracting that you're seeing Armie Hammer.
You could have cast a Russian. You could have cast a Russian.
You could have.
To me, it looks almost kind of like it's just like trying to be like a British Mission Impossible, which I'm all for.
And if they mix in more of the tongue-in-cheek 60s flair to it, I'll really like it a little bit more.
I trust Guy Ritchie. This is the thing. He gets a lot of crap, but I trust Guy Ritchie's action.
His style could work really well with
it. Especially something that's not a big-name property. Like Sherlock Holmes, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of people give it crap just because it was like, oh, you had Robert Downey Jr. and it was maybe not the most memorable. I was a big fan.
I don't give it any crap.
Yeah.
No, I like it first. I haven't seen the second one yet. But
you haven't seen the second one?
I rented it. It's sitting right there.
I will force you to have to watch the second one. It's pretty good. It's
Sounds
fun.
good. Is there any other quick tidbits?
So there is some long shot stuff. We can get into that later in terms of what we're kind of hoping for. That's basically what they're going for. It's basically just like a couple of pictures and just look at all of our dark superheroes. Look at them.
Yeah,
Warner Bros. Has a big year. Warner Bros. Has a lot going on, but obviously DC is like the stakes are very high.
Absolutely.
All right, so next we're gonna go over to 20th Century Fox. I will be reporting for that. What I believe will be the show stealer from that weekend. Fox has 4 movies set to be released in the next year, comic book wise, so they have a lot to work with. First of all, obviously, Fox will no doubt be promoting Fantastic Four, which opens weeks from now on August 7th. We should see a panel with the cast and crew, unless Josh Trank pulls another Josh Trank like he did in Star Wars Celebration and chooses just to dish everybody and stuff.
I'm sure they'll make him show up for this, even if there's like a gun behind him or something. He's going to show up.
That guy can't catch a break. But also what's coming out, and what I'm really excited about, is X-Men Apocalypse. Will be also making an appearance, as Bryan Singer teased on his Instagram page that he'll be, quote-unquote, bringing some stuff to show off. Okay, that could mean cast members, perhaps even the newly cast Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, and definitely some footage from the flick that is set to hit theaters May 27th of next year.
Okay.
The next thing, and something that I think people should keep an eye on, is to look out for Hugh Jackman. He recently caused a moment of nerd silence by by saying that he'll be reprising his role as Wolverine only one more movie. So they only do Wolverine for one more standalone movie. So now he's going to be in Apocalypse, but that means that, you know, this may be the last time we see the Aussie in any kind of adamantium. Yeah. So, like, it's... His days are numbered. Like, this is the thing. Like we've kind of taken him for granted now. But that movie, the standalone movie, is set to be released in 2017. But this may be the second to last Comic-Con we ever see Hugh Jackman at.
And I like him in all these ensemble castings.
So this would be a good time to maybe drop some info, maybe tell tease what the storyline might be based off, maybe even the movie title.
Yep.
The next thing that's going to be talked about, and what I know a lot of fans are excited about, is the chimichanga eating badass known as Deadpool. The Merc with the Mouth opens February 14th of next year, and obviously this is the grandest opportunity to make a great first impression with the fans that helped make the movie happen.
Right.
Obviously everybody by this point knows, if you're listening to this show, obviously you know a little bit about comic book movies. You care about what people have done. You know about the footage that came out and then eventually led to the film. So this movie's made for the people that are going to this kind of event, that are listening to this kind of show. The things that I could assume will happen is that Ryan Reynolds could appear in costume at the event and steal the show from every production there, which is very similar to what the character does in the comics. So he could literally come in and fucking interrupt X-Men Apocalypse and be like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And just completely hijack the show, and they would literally blow up everything. Next, we may finally meet the entire cast of that film, which includes the hilarious T.J. Miller from Silicon Valley, and Gina Carano, who was playing like one of the mutants there. Maybe not the biggest role, but she's playing one of the Morlocks. In addition, we're also probably gonna meet. I just want to meet the lady who's playing like this mutant, has the greatest name ever, called Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Oh my god! That just sounds really cool, man. Like, I named my car that. Like, it just sounds. Think about how cool that sounds. Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I'm gonna name my daughter that if I ever have one. Like.
She would resent you for a little bit.
Then I'd work on that.
I'd work on that.
Like, I don't know last name. It's like I'm like Negasonic sounds like the next gameplay system I'm gonna buy. And obviously this will be the second. In my opinion, this is the second most anticipated panel next to Star Wars, because when the text footage leaked, you guys saw it. It blew up. Not only did it help get the movie made, but it helped get the kind of movie they wanted to make made.
Right, the kind of freedom they needed.
Yeah, because like they recently, the producer Simon Kinberg said this is going to be a hard R, not just like an R like Magic Mike or like something with violence or something like that. No, this is a hard R. You're going to see a lot of violence. You're going to see a lot of blood. You're going to see something really graphic. And what's exciting to me is that they got, like, I know we talked about it earlier in the day. Whether or not the movie sucks or not, who knows? But at the end of the day, the studio gave them the freedom to make the movie that they wanted to make.
Exactly.
So that's what's really exciting for me. And obviously the last bit of news that I think will happen is kind of like the wild card, is that we might finally get our formal announcement that Channing Tatum is coming out with Gambit, which comes out at the end of next year. We haven't heard much about it since it was confirmed to be in Fox's slate earlier in the year. A director was chosen for the project in Rupert Wyatt, but that's about it. No one else has been cast in the movie, but this is a grand opportunity to at least trot out Channing Tatum and be like, "Hey, I'm here. What's going on?" to stand alongside the other X-Men universe cast. He's, in my opinion, I have to look it up, but I don't think he's ever been in a Comic-Con. But he knows how to. The guy's a showman. He knows how to dominate a stage. He can
command a crowd for sure.
So this is like, in my opinion, this would be a really cool time to be like, "Hey, I'm here. What's going on?" Because Fox has all these properties coming out, and they could own not only Comic-Con, but they could own the movie, the year of the superhero next year, with 3 films. Slate. So I'm very excited about this. Obviously, Deadpool's the one everybody's looking at. I'm excited for Apocalypse. Maybe we're gonna get our first look at the footage from there. Maybe we'll get our first look at Apocalypse, which is my favorite Marvel villain of all time. But I am so pumped for this. I think it's gonna be really cool.
I'm excited for the Deadpool stuff. Like I heard, I read an article about how one of the comic creators of Deadpool is he's gonna be going around Comic-Con hiding a bunch of Deadpool sketches around the event of like.
I love it.
It is confirmed that Ryan Reynolds is going to be there.
Yeah.
So which is implied with him being on the cover of Entertainment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you guys haven't seen, he's like, there's a Comic-Con special Entertainment weekly issue, and it's him on the cover. And they obviously, he must have big plans. If you're on the cover of Entertainment Weekly for the Comic-Con issue,
You better be
and
there.
that includes like Batman v Superman, like in the same group, and
you can
Star
tell where they're
Wars.
putting all the eggs in their
This
basket,
guy,
isn't it?
I hope he walks around in the costume, dude.
There could be
Because
stars
Marvel
of him
does that
walking around
already
the
with their
floor.
video games. Like
Yeah.
on their panels for the video games, Deadpool walks around and literally interrupts panels. And he just does it because that's what Deadpool does. He does that in the comics. So it would be really cool if they stuck to that and like, oh my god, it would be so funny.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I think like the one thing I'd be worried about though, of like in terms of this panel, is I may be one of the few people who had a little bit of sour taste in their mouth after Days of Future Past with X-Men. Not just because of like of the movie itself. I mean, like I rewatched it again. Like it's a decent movie. I feel like it's not like it's amazing, but it's decent. It's got some really good parts, especially with Blink. It was just I found the last like half an hour of that movie to be almost insulting to me.
That's what we were just saying. The third act.
I agree. That's true. Yeah, like I remember we talked about this earlier at work. The third act of that movie was kind of just copy and paste from what they've done in the past.
Well,
that being said, I think what they do with this movie, like probably like last year, Bryan Singer teased like the very first page of the script, and that movie opens with the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse, and already there with destruction. So instead of maybe
drop you right into
they're gonna drop you right into. I think this is gonna be the first time that in Bryan Singer's X-Men films that he's gonna change the order of how he does things. Where it's literally going to be like kind of like a Terminator kind of movie where we are stuck in the not in the future, but like we're already in the dystopian like crap just went down. Now we have to recover. I think that's what's exciting.
There's potential there.
I know there's like the story itself hasn't been leaked. You know, we have no information about it, but we know that guys like Archangel are going to be in the movie and all this stuff, and we're probably going to meet everybody there, which is really exciting. Because it's probably based off one of the cooler storylines that Marvel's put out in a long time, comic book wise.
Right.
I guess all the ideas and everything are intriguing. In fact, you're going to see like it's going to be set in the 80s, and you're going to see like all the younger versions of Cyclops and Storm and everything. Like I'm all for that. It was just the last half an hour. The reason why I found it insulting of Days of Future Past was just because it pretty much just said, hey, I know we've been making X-Men movies for a decade, but we really want to do like what Marvel did. So in order to do that, we're just going to conveniently wipe away all of the other movies that we made and pretend they never existed.
I thought that was genius, though.
I found it to be like, so what am I going to if all that stuff is gone? So then what's the point of me like watching and enjoying all the older ones? It's basically just saying, hey, like, we want more money, so we didn't really care if you'd really treasure these old ones.
It could also make you nervous that they could do that any other time, and like you're like, oh, why invest in
I
future
disagree.
films?
No,
I
completely.
can see both sides. I can see both sides.
And even Bryan Singer, like he was talking about Apocalypse and said like about how you have all these young characters and everything, and he said that kind of like everything was leading up to this, and this is like. This is like the true birth of the X-Men with all these younger actors. Yeah. To which my response to that would be like, okay, I guess I'll take my X-Men trilogy and just go set it on fire, and I'll turn the parking lot outside.
The thing is, at the end of the day, I agree where you're coming from, but the thing is, like, you have to look at this as a continuation story. Like, you could technically sit there and say, all right, so these films mean nothing, but the storylines are still the same. At the end of the movie, you still had all the same characters come out, and they said, look, everything at the future is the way, like, as if some of that stuff never happened. But that being said, since this one's taking place in the 80s, we're going back. We're not flipping-flopping through time anymore. We're staying in that era with the newest trio of Professor X, Mystique, and Magneto, like with James McAvoy, which is the last time these guys are going to be in an X-Men movie.
Which also is interesting to think about. I think it works if you feel as if it's like a comic book series. Like there's an arc here, but there's also an arc here, and it doesn't. They may be mutually exclusive, but that doesn't mean that one outweighs the other. I guess it's hard to come to terms with it in a film reference. But
it doesn't mean that story didn't happen.
Okay with it, but
I mean, I understand your opinion. I just horribly disagree with it. I just on every level.
Conflict.
But all right, so we're gonna move on to the next part here.
On that note,
we're gonna move on to the next part here. All right, so now, are there any other movies that you guys are looking for? Other properties that you guys are excited to see at Comic-Con?
I'll chime in. For me, it's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh god, what a title!
Okay, so I'm the person that unabashedly loves zombie properties. I haven't watched past season 3 of Walking Dead. That's
Good
just
for you.
because I don't.
Good for you.
The repeating storylines
That
are a
show
little
sucks
exhausting.
now,
But the first season was incredible. But I would, and the rumor has it with that movie, really quickly, is that they're making that movie there's no humor in it. It's going to be, the joke is that there is no joke, and you should laugh at how absurd some of the stuff is. Yeah. In the way that like Edgar Wright makes just like a buddy cop movie that just happens to be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they make a period piece about Jane Austen that just happens to have awesomely fantastic zombies in it.
Yeah.
So I'm really intrigued about that. There's a few others I'm sure you guys will mention, but that's the one I'll point out.
Sweet.
So. Yeah. I'm intrigued of like I have a feeling, I have a hunch in my gut. It's a pretty sizable gut.
Yeah.
They were probably gonna get Independence Day resurgence. Bum, 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 bum.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Goldblum.
I think we're gonna get something on July 4th this past weekend. They had like a little teaser that appeared in some theaters, but it was basically just a bunch of logo and just like some ominous music.
Essentially.
But I think you're gonna get. I think they're gonna surprise us with something. Considering it's coming out of, it's a year away. They've been filming. I'm sure they have something to go off of.
Nice.
I'm intrigued also. Like I think Fox is probably gonna also bring up it's making a Frankenstein movie.
Is it?
Yeah. I heard about that one.
Yeah, Victor Frankenstein. It's starring James McAvoy,
Harry Potter.
That's right. I remember that casting.
And Harry Potter, or Daniel Radcliffe.
Completely forgot about that casting.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's gonna be playing Igor. It's apparently it's gonna be kind of almost based more around
stretchable.
Igor than it will be about other things.
Boo.
I don't know much about it.
That's different, but
I don't know
one
much
character
about
I
it.
don't give a rat's ass about.
Until you do. See what they do with it. We'll see what they do.
I am intrigued by that. I'm also intrigued by a couple of possible long shots. I think a very long shot of there could be something to do with the constantly in development adaptation of Sandman.
Yeah.
It's a Neil Gaiman comic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can even properly. Have you read it?
I've not read it. I talked to my brother about it, who loves it.
Oh.
And Gordon Levitt has gone on record saying look, like you said, it's been long in development because it's his personal project. He's not getting a lot of studio help from this because he wants it to make it kind of like his own Deadpool.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how they want to make it.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I was looking at the synopsis of the idea of the comic and I got really confused. But it seemed I trust Neil Gaiman. He's a writer of Stardust.
Yeah.
He's also he's done a whole bunch of different comic books. He wrote Coraline.
Ah, look at that.
That one as well. So he's got a little bit of range he has a little gothic and stuff, but it's I'm intrigued by that.
Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Yeah.
I think we're.
Emphatic.
I love.
I think there is a kind of a long shot, but if DC wants to really kind of surprise everyone, they'll probably release something about a chance of something that's called Justice League Dark. What this is, it'll either be called that or probably Dark Universe. It's basically in the sense that in the Avengers comics, there's the real Avengers and there's the West Coast Avengers and they're the B Squad. This is kind of that, except for it's basically a whole bunch of characters from Vertigo Comics, which are the indie. It's the indie label of DC.
Yeah.
It's got supernatural things. The Swamp Thing and a few other. Take a guy called Demon and things like that, and it'll probably also feature John Constantine. Previously, who showed up in the movie, my boy Keanu Reeves,
who played it perfectly, in my opinion.
I would go to bat with Constantine against anyone. I didn't watch the show, and I know that the movie Constantine, it wasn't a faithful adaptation, but I still enjoyed it.
It's a guilty pleasure. It is. It really is.
There's a chance this will be a side project of theirs. It'll be it'll be really dark, but kind of supernatural. Allegedly, the script is done. It's been written by Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
Yeah.
He recently left the project, though, right?
He was gonna direct it. But he from what to what we saw this past week, he probably left it. Like, it's not been exactly to confirm, but he's probably gone.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he wants to work on more giant robots. If just a bunch of killer squids.
Hey, but if the script is there and if they have someone in mind that's willing to take that on, dude, I agree, because I'm a huge Swamp Thing guy, and
that's who you are.
I am. No, there's not a lot of us.
I mean, like, I wasn't expecting that. I know a few things about you. I didn't know you were Swamp Thing guy.
That's the thing. Like, Swamp Thing is one of my favorite properties just because of how strange and ridiculous it is. I've always wanted to see him on the big screen put well, and I think now we have the technology. We can do it, but the story has to be right. Like, I wish Guillermo del Toro we're going to do it.
We can build him.
We have the technology. I wish he would stay on it, because I think he'd be the perfect guy for something like Justice League.
Execute the look,
But the one I'm looking forward to, and I think also has the potential to really make a lot of noise, is Warcraft by Duncan Jones. That one, like we talked about in our for our animation special, I believe. I've never played the game, but I know that one, animation wise, they've been really putting like the best of the best on this movie.
For, like, 2 years.
Like, they have one of my favorite actors who's only on TV is Travis Fimmel, and he's playing a character in this movie. And they finished shooting this in early 2014. They've been in post production since, and it's not out until next year. So it's like they're putting if you guys Google Warcraft image, they released an image of one of the characters, and it looks so freaking good. Yeah. Like, they could take their time. If they get it right, hell, you can wait 10 years between movies. I don't care. But, like, this year, since it comes out next year, you have to show something. I think we're going to get our first footage, and I look forward to it. I think it's going to be really cool.
I think that could be really good.
All I know of Warcraft is from a South Park episode.
That may or may not be the best reference.
But
I did hear that if you're not a big fan,
so I am intrigued.
I think they'll make a faithful adaptation to where not only people, because like the hardest selling point, right, Comic-Con is like nowadays Comic-Con is not just for comic book fans. It's for when it comes to film, audience. You have to kind of grasp more than that audience
without losing the faith of the people. Who
exactly, and I think with this one, they've been spending so much time on it. I think they have plenty of enough time to get that right, to make an adventure film, kind of in the vein of something like Lord of the Rings meets Pacific Rim. I think that'd be like freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's unheard of to do something like that.
Yeah. All right, so now we've kind of covered the serious topics. Now let's get into a little bit of something fun. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of rapid fire. All right, let's keep the answers short and sweet. So, all right,
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna score all of your.
Oh God,
with the air guns he's got going on.
So, first question for you guys, and I'm gonna start with JP Lee.
Oh Lord.
All right, you're going to Comic-Con. Who do you cosplay as?
Okay. Oh my God. I would probably not. Wouldn't do a comic book character. Well,
it doesn't matter. No, it could be anybody. Yeah.
Okay, so I would probably go as a Scott Pilgrim girlfriend.
Awesome. Which one?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure.
Ramona Flowers, possibly, dude.
Or if anything Edgar Wright, I think, just to represent him because I love his work. So.
Edgar Wright's awesome. Yeah. All right, Mike. What would you go as?
In a perfect world, I would go as I would go as probably someone from Game of Thrones, maybe Jon Snow, maybe a little Ned Stark.
Do you want to do dead Jon Snow or just regular Jon Snow?
Whoa!
Spoiler alert!
I
might watch it in 10 years.
Sorry. But honestly, I'd probably just go as Fat Riddler.
I would love to see you as Riddler. Actually, that would be interesting.
The Riddler was always my favorite villain in Batman. I'm still waiting for him to get a really good.
I was gonna say you'd be much better than Jim Carrey.
I'm still waiting for him to get a really good adaptation of movies and stuff. But I'd go with Riddler, but I would look like an idiot.
Oh my God!
I totally disagree. I think that would be awesome. But sorry, keep going.
No, for me, if I had all the means of money and resources for someone else to build my suit, I would totally go as a weird steampunk version of Boba Fett. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world.
That's like a Key and Peele sketch right there.
It just.
I'm just trying to imagine you have amassed all this money. Who knows how? Maybe you won the lottery. Maybe you're a gangster and you've been stealing things. And you're I have all this money, and someone's hey, what do you do? Steampunk Boba Fett.
Yes.
Boba Fett
why not?
With a top hat and some
accoutrements.
So what are you doing?
Google steampunk. Not right now. It'll be totally awesome.
I know. I'm just feeling it's gonna be a Wild
It'll
West.
be cool.
Oh yeah, it'll be Loveless. But with legs.
Don't you dare make fun of Loveless. Don't you dare! No, don't you dare do that. All right, next question. Alrighty. if you were in the line, let's say like you're in one of those famed long lines at the bathroom at Comic-Con, and someone, if blank, who has happened to be ridiculously famous, was bumped into you, what would you do?
The person I would want to see most would be Robert Downey Jr.
Okay. Why is he in the women's line? I have no idea.
Well, it's Robert Downey Jr. He's probably just like chilling out saying hi to everybody. He's not actually in the bathroom. The lines, women take forever to go to the bathroom, so the line is out in the middle of the hall by the booths.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
He may or may not be in character, which is, I would be the only person to notice it.
Yeah.
I'd keep the secret, but I'd have a conversation with him. So that would be my.
But what would he? Like you would just have a conversation?
I don't know. What
That's it. That's so.
I would
so
demand.
plain.
I would demand to know about his potential Paul Thomas Anderson project.
Okay. No,
I would be like, Iron Man's awesome. I love Tony Stark, but let's see what you're doing outside of that, because right now you're just Sherlock and Tony Stark.
Fair
so
enough.
I would demand that he do more stuff outside of his comfort zone.
When I'm at the urinal, I
Straight
look straight
ahead.
ahead. I look down. I don't talk to anyone. I don't say anything.
Less intimidating environment.
Like you're in there just to get in, get out. I'm like, but if I was not myself, I just want to kick it with Chris Evans. I mean, maybe just have him, maybe just have him like talk to everyone in the urinal like he's the of like his character from Scott Pilgrim, just like hello everyone.
That's actually hilarious. Oh my goodness, mine's really kind of. I want to make it random. I wanted this to be like really off the cuff, but like it would be really cool. If I'm like at the urinal
dressed as steampunk
Boba Fett with my guard down, and Sean freaking Connery is standing right next to me, and says,
"First of all, what the hell are you doing there?"
It doesn't matter. He needs no explanation or introduction. But like the guy is totally
the crap out of me too.
How cool would it be? He's like, "What a nice costume, friend." Oh my god.
I was really hoping I was going to get through this episode without the Sean Connery.
No,
dude, you're getting the Sean Connery.
Snuck right
The
in.
damage is done.
It was almost seamless. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's not normal. You are not normal, sir.
Sure, welcome. Yeah. All right, so the last question. Here we go.
Crap, I forgot the last one.
All right, let's say you're at a panel.
Oh, yes.
You have to pick a panel, and you have one question. You're handed the mic. Who would you direct your question to at whatever panel, and what would you ask? Sean Connery's here. Ask away.
For legal reasons, we have to admit that Sean Connery is not
He's
here.
not here. We actually don't know where he is. I'm assuming somewhere in Scotland. I actually don't know exactly what I would ask. I'm trying to think of a way that would not be rude.
Yeah.
I want to just be like, Mr. Snyder.
Oh god.
Do you believe the crap that comes out of your mouth? Do you actually genuinely believe you're not a slightly better Michael Bay? And I'd probably get kicked out and never be allowed in Hall H ever again. But I think, more seriously, I would be like, how much input has Ben Affleck had in sculpting this movie?
That's a good question.
You have to be honest.
That's a good question.
If you say next to nothing, I'm going to have a lot of skepticism.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
I don't know if you answer, but
I like it. No, I like
you dance around it, but you talk.
Dance, honey.
Moderated
moderated by Sean Connery. Yeah. Next question.
We're off the rails.
I mean, he's everywhere. I'm like,
taking a piss 1 minute, then he's moderating Batman v Superman. Shake and not stir. I have to say.
He'll just keep interjecting.
Go away.
The energy drink is kicked in.
Honestly, I'm not sure what I would ask, but I'd probably also ask it to Zack Snyder.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Okay, this is not arranged. We're not doing a thing. It would be why do you hate pastel colors so much?
Oh my gosh. Why do you
hate colors? Why?
Why do you hate life? Oh god.
I mean, the color blue is cool. I mean, like, it's got stuff. It got stuff going for it.
Cool gray is not blue.
Oh my god.
It's like a bright yellow.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
We don't hate him. We just want him to be as good as he can be.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so my question would be, hypothetically speaking, to Channing Tatum.
Okay.
Say,
I loved your movie. I loved Magic Mike.
Oh my god. I thought this was totally behind us. Alright, basically, basically what I would ask is I would ask, please give me a sentence in Gambit accent his Gambit accent that he's going to use in the movie.
So the accent's the thing that worries you most.
And the thing is, like, yeah, because it's not so much like, obviously, if he gets the accent down and he's just normal Tatum, maybe he could get away with it. But I need to hear the accent. I need to hear it. I need to be sold. I need to be sold.
Well, I believe he is from, like myself, from Mobile, Alabama.
I was gonna say he's from the South. He just grew up in Florida.
So he's from the South. I mean, so I assume if you want to ask him, be like, hi guys, I got a deck of cards here and some crawfish. Like,
Revert.
Is that all you need? Is that all you need? Of like, just a little bit of twang.
I think it's there. I think I really do.
I hope so, man.
I mean, the New Orleans accent is kind of hard because it's basically
the Cajun accent's tough.
It is.
I mean, like it's like a drunk Southerner.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like somebody that got punched in the throat,
too many beignets.
concussed, at the same time and was drowning, trying to cast air.
But it's still melodic in a weird way. It's kind of cool.
I've been to New Orleans. I've been melodized.
Oh,
is that a word?
I don't know.
Like
you immediately regretted it as soon as you said it.
I've been whispered sweet everythings to that. Yeah.
For legal reasons, we cannot say that the word melodize is
a real
something you should use in public.
Don't put that in an essay, kids.
I'll allow it.
That
was the worst one.
Really
of like I just want to say one more thing before we jump out of here.
Go right ahead.
I know there's gonna be like a few other movies that we haven't talked about that are gonna pop up. Like you're probably gonna see like some stuff from Black Mass, maybe the Johnny Depp of where he's playing Whitey Bulger.
That's true.
That's good.
Of like
Hateful Eight.
Of what you're gonna see Hateful Eight.
Quentin Tarantino, yeah.
Of his new movie.
Yeah.
Of you'll probably like you might get a little bit of something, even though I don't think they've started filming yet. Of Guy Ritchie's making a King Arthur movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued by that. I'm all for it.
Let's see if he nails Uncle first.
I was gonna say you might find a way to squeeze that in, but
but you know,
sell that too.
You know who could break Comic-Con if they were to show up? As if Warner Brothers were to slip in a little bit of J.K. Rowling of like
Fantastic Beasts or
Fantastic Beasts and Where to
That
Find Them.
casting has been very intriguing.
I think now would be a great time to drop a little bit of that. Of the new Harry Potter stuff, like she's already been talking about her play. Like it probably won't happen, but if that happens, it'll break the internet.
It'll literally
break the internet. It's the first person I call when it's Monday morning.
I'll be there. I love Harry Potter to death. I'm really excited. It's going to take place 70 years beforehand. It's going to take place in America. It's going to have what's his face? The guy that won an Oscar.
Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. Eddie Redmayne.
It's Eddie Redmayne. He won an Oscar. He was amazing as the genius guy. He was also
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, him. There you go.
I just know names apparently.
He was also amazing in Jupiter Ascending. For the wrong reasons. But he was the only one that knew what movie he was in for that one. So
that's actually a good point. That's actually a very good point.
There's some good stuff.
I want to see a lot of Harry Potter in my face, but it probably won't happen.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, hey, that was awesome. That was fun. I got my nerdage out of me. So that was our Comic-Con special for 2015. All right, hopefully if something huge drops, we'll include it. Maybe we'll have a review special, but if not, just catch us next Tuesday. We'll review what happens at Comic-Con.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to sign off here. I'm Adrian Alderette.
I'm JP Lee.
I'm Michael Kingery.
Oh
my God.
See you when the credits roll. Let's get the heck out of here. Oh my God.
You can't kill me now.